Hi, I'm Andrea Fallon-Korb with Aspire Performance Coaching, where I help both athletes and coaches gain a mental edge. I'm a resource for those who may be struggling with performance issues, as well as those who want to gain a leg up on their competition and increase their mental toughness. Today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time discussing what sports psychology is, as well as how the mind and emotions can impact and influence performance. So, sports psychology uses psychological knowledge and skills to discuss and address optimal performance. So, really, sports psychology is all about how do athletes achieve at their peak and what do they do to get themselves there. I focus my work on helping both athletes and coaches improve their individual performance through addressing areas like dealing with stress and anxiety and increasing confidence. So another way to view sports psychology is through the use of performance systems. So there are 4 performance systems that go into any athletic performance: skill, physical, mental, and emotional. Now let's break each one of those down individually. So skill are those learned sport-specific skills. A lot of times we call these fundamentals, and this is a lot of what practices are typically revolving around. The second area is the physical aspect, and this is an athlete's body. This would encompass things like fitness, flexibility, strength, and power. Like I said, a majority of practices revolve around these first 2 performance systems. The other 2, the mental and the emotional, are no less important. It's the physical skills and their ability are really a starting point to being an effective athlete. But in order to achieve peak performance, athletes need to consistently work on and develop their mental game. So the third performance system is the mental performance system, and that is an athlete's mind. This encompasses a very, very wide range of items. Everything from how an athlete talks to themselves, what messages they're saying to themselves, to how they're dealing with stress and anxiety, to being able to choose an appropriate focus and being able to maintain that concentration, among others. And the fourth performance system is the emotional performance system. And this is really how an athlete feels. So is the athlete feeling nervous or happy or excited or angry? And how really does that influence or impact that athlete's performance? I think a lot of times athletes are taught to perform in a largely unemotional way and to perform in spite of their emotions. But emotions encompass great power, and we can really use those to harness the energy and to use those for optimal performance. So these 4 performance systems, skill, physical, mental, and emotion, combine to help shape an athlete's ideal performance state. Now, an ideal performance state is an ideal physiological and psychological arousal for optimal performance. So in other words, it's what's going on in that athlete's body and in that athlete's mind to achieve an optimal performance. And this is really a very, very unique profile for each individual athlete. It's something that is particularly for those elite level athletes. It doesn't matter what's going on in that athlete's world around them, what's going on with school or at home or with their friends. An athlete can get themselves into this ideal performance state when they step onto the court, the field, the pool, etc. Okay, so for me, my main sport growing up was basketball. That was kind of my passion among all the other sports that I played. And what I learned in college was that in order for me to perform at my best, I had to go into my competitions angry. I had to play with a chip on my shoulder. And if I was able to experience that emotion and feel that and get my head kind of around that, my body would definitely follow, and I would be able to perform kind of at my greatest when I was there. But this was a very unique profile for me, and I know that some of my teammates on my team, if they felt this anger and if they felt that way going into a competition, that would have a really detrimental impact on their performance, and they wouldn't be able to perform as well. So one of the things that I do through Aspire Performance Coaching is to help both athletes and coaches identify what their ideal performance state is and how to get themselves there.